Hey, look, man, welcome to the Love Conquers podcast where I interview dope couples who's dropping gems on how to help you in areas of your relationship that you may be struggling in. So I got a dope couple in the building, man. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Feeling great, feeling great.
Hey, man, I'm glad y'all here, man. Look, I know y'all stay far. It's good to see y'all. I ain't seen y'all in a minute. How y'all feeling?
You know,
Pretty good.
Yeah.
feeling good, man. It's been a good day so far.
All right, cool. Well, before we get into, I know y'all got a ton of gems, so to help, couples out there that's in need. But before we get into the gems, what makes y'all a dope couple? Like, I got my own, ideas, because I mean, I didn't know y'all for over 10 years. Now, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But what makes y'all a dope couple? If y'all can say, and like I said, this don't have nothing to do with the gems. I know y'all got the gems. But if you can think of something like, man, this what makes us dope, what would you say it is?
My sense of humor.
I would say the way we communicate with each other.
Okay. So he said, do you like his sense of humor? Is he funny?
Most of the time, but not
Yes.
all the time.
Okay, that's fair. When
But
you
yes, it is a plus.
Okay, that's cool. When you say communication, she said, communication. That's what makes y'all dope. In what way? Like, you feel like y'all can just talk to each other, or?
I mean, yeah, for real. That's my best friend right there. So, I don't be scared to talk to her and, express my feelings. That has been something I've been working on more.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like we just talk to each other about anything, no matter what.
Like I said, if I can piggyback off that,
Mm-hmm.
like, because what I feel like makes y'all dope is, because I can believe that y'all best friends. Because y'all been together since what? High school?
Right after.
Right after high school, right before we came to Eastern. So like 2010, almost 12 years.
Because I met y'all in college.
Yeah.
Freshman year.
Yeah.
So like when y'all say like y'all best friends and y'all communication on point, I can believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Like people say they best friends because they in a relationship, but y'all been together 12 years.
That's the thing. We was friends before we even got together.
Yeah. We're best friends in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all already about to I feel it coming already. Let's touch on that. Like, so, all right, how about this? Walk me through the journey a little bit. Like y'all, so you said y'all was friends in high school, but y'all never got together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what made y'all like kind of connect in college?
She wanted your boy. Nah, I reached out.
Okay, but so, like y'all, when you say you reached out, like y'all was friends though,
So yeah, right. We was friends.
and
We started our friends throughout high school. Like
I met this man on
Friends.
first day of high school.
like freshman year, first day.
freshman
First
year,
day.
first day of high school, I met him. And
we'll sleep in the back of the class.
he was asleep in the back of the classroom, and I went in the back of the class and I woke him up. And the next day, he came to class and I said, "Hey, sleepyhead," and we just been friends since.
It just goes to show you, don't matter how you start, it's how you finish.
He coming with the gems already.
Got that
But
degree.
we're gonna touch on that because that's important. Because a lot of people, they feel like it's supposed to look a certain way, right? Like a lot of people feel like it's supposed to be like, oh man, we gotta become a couple fast, or we gotta get married fast. But y'all actually went through a journey.
Yeah.
Like, so we're gonna talk about the journey a little bit. I mean, cause like I know y'all already said y'all relationship is built off communication, right? But what else do you feel like y'all relationship is built off? Cause 12 years is a long time. They say the average couple after 10 years separates. So y'all already ahead of the mark. So do y'all feel like y'all got any other things with the communication that makes that y'all feel like y'all want to help the people with today?
I feel like our relationship is also built off of support.
Okay.
Like we both support each other in whatever it is that we're doing, whether it's like something going on at work or something going on at home. Like we're a team. We say that a lot. Like it's not just you and me. We're a team. We do things together.
That's deep. So do you feel like, and this is a question for both of y'all, I kind of want both of y'all to answer this question for sure. By y'all being together for 12 years, do you think, because it's a couple out there, right, that's like, man, I want my communication to be better, and I want to support each other better, but they just don't know how. Like they keep getting into maybe argument. Like one person has a vision to do something, they don't know how to support them with that vision. Like they kind of all over the place. What would you give somebody that's watching this right now? Like, do you think so? Like, yeah,
two things. The two things I feel like: one, honesty. Two, I always try to see it from her point of view, and I'll elaborate on that. So, like, honesty, like, I just feel like it's harder to lie than it is to tell the truth. You gotta keep that going.
Hold on. The audience, hold on. I got a segment in the show called Gym Alert. Like hold on. Gym Alert. Listen, say that again.
Man.
Cause that almost went over my head. So I know somebody watching and I'm in the room, so I feel the energy between y'all. Say that again.
It's just easier to tell the truth. Like, for real.
Than to tell a lie.
Like, to tell a lie. Like, and when I say that, I mean in all facets. So, if we having a day, man, you getting on my nerves today.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Man, you being slight annoying. You just gotta be real.
But LaMarcus, Kristina, give me something on that. Cause like, that's hard, right? Like, is that, cause I'm learning from y'all today.
Can I answer that one too?
Listen.
Her key thing is, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Now, since that's her line, elaborate on that, Kristina. Because that's it's not, wait. It's not, let me see if I caught that. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
How you say it. We always talk about how we're different. Men and women are just different, and we're always going to be different. But we have to find a way to understand each other and communicate with each other. You're going to see things differently than I'm going to see things. But we have to be willing to not just hear each other, but listen to what the other person is saying and try to see it from their point of view. You may not like it. You may not feel like the way you said that was hurtful, but the way I took it was hurtful. And you have to recognize that my feelings are hurt. Even if you didn't mean it that way, at least let me not just say man enough, because that's with anybody. At least be the bigger person and realize, I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. But I feel like a lot of people are they just want to be right all the time. It's not about being right, it's about being fair and listening to your partner. It's not about winning the argument.
I knew I needed y'all on the show. Listen, y'all came we've been, 15 minutes with, like, y'all came in dropping gems. Hold on. Listen, because it's somebody that y'all just said a lot, right? And my job on this podcast is to learn and extract the information and to make sure that the people watching this can understand what y'all just said a lot. So let's kind of, like, we can have a whole day on what y'all just said. Like, so let's kind of go back a little bit to catch the people up, because it's somebody, like I said, that's watching it that's like, whoa, hold on. Will I get all of that information? Will I be where LaMarcus and Kristina are at 12 years? Or did they have that year one? They don't know. So let's walk back through the journey again. So y'all met each other in high school, friends, right? That's a gem in itself. Do y'all feel like people should be friends first, or everybody's situation is different? Like, what you feel with that? Because for 4 years, y'all was just friends. Y'all didn't do any dating, any sexual stuff. No. Like, y'all ain't do nothing.
No.
Y'all ain't really hang out like that.
I was in other relationships. Like, we were just really best friends.
Wow. And so then freshman, okay, so we're going to walk through it. Freshman year come. You reached out and said, hey, I've been thinking about you. Like,
I mean, freshman year of college?
Yeah, how did that transition work? Because y'all was friends. How did you
actually started dating?
Like, right before.
Like, right after graduation. So, like, our senior year, we spent a lot of time together because we're like, dang, it's senior year. We'll be going to college soon. And that's when we kind of got closer, our senior year. And at the end, we hung out a lot. And at the end of our senior year, we just, I don't know, it just happened. Because
y'all started to be around each other a lot. Y'all already had that rapport with each other. And it just built into a relationship.
For real. Yeah.
Man, I'm hearing a gym in that. Like, I'm hearing like, take time.
No, I don't. I won't say that because everybody
Ooh.
different.
Okay.
Everybody's different.
Talk to me.
You just got to go off of how you and your mate is.
Got it.
So, like you said, we was friends before. That don't mean everybody else got to be friends first. I mean, it works. It's nice to know that person before you get with them.
Yeah.
Like, when you step out of that friend zone and then you get into a relationship, it's different now. Like, you still have to kind of relearn each other, I guess.
Okay, so if somebody is listening that's struggling with like, man, we was friends, but we can't figure this relationship thing out because we were friends.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what advice do you give that person? It's like, it's kind of awkward now. Like the relationship that we had before is kind of different. Like we used to laugh and play, we used to kick it when we were just friends, and now that we in a relationship, it seemed more serious. Like it seemed more like complicated. What do you tell that person? How do you help that person? Because y'all literally have the playbook to do it, right? Like y'all been together 12 years, friends for 4. You guys have kids, right?
Yeah,
we have a 3-year-old.
You have a 3-year-old boy. That's amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, y'all been going through a journey. Like, how do you help that person to say?
And having kids, that takes a relationship through a different journey as well.
And now y'all have kids at the 9-year mark. That's amazing. Like some people come out right out the gate. Everybody's situation is different, like you said. Hey. So how do you help that couple though that's struggling in the area? They're like, hey, I like what y'all talking right now. I like how y'all talking. Y'all dropping gems, but I can't figure out how to, take this friendship thing into a relationship thing. Like we both want to be together, but it's not the same as when we were friends. What do you tell that person?
I mean, it all started with taking that leap, cause y'all not friends. Y'all not just friends no more.
Taking a leap.
Yeah.
Taking a leap
into the relationship. So like you gotta go into it. Don't go into it with like any reserves, especially if you already know the person.
Open mind, open heart.
Yeah. Big thing. Don't make him pay for past men mistakes. Same thing with the man. Don't make her pay for past women mistakes. It's a whole new person.
Got it.
That right there makes things easy in itself.
Even though they were friends before, thinking they knew each other, the relationship is different.
Yeah, like you may know them, but you're not gonna truly know somebody till you get in a relationship with them. Then you start living with them. That's when you really find out about a person, because then you see how they live. Like, I can know you for years, but once we get in the same household together, everything is different then.
So let me ask you this. So I'm assuming that it hasn't like been always peaches and cream with y'all then.
No.
Y'all went through some things to get to where y'all at now. Married, successful, got a strong family, with you, your wife, and your son. Like, that couple, right? They like, all right, I'm listening. Y'all got me hooked. Okay, so LaMarcus, you said take the leap. The leap is diving into the relationship, right? The leap is what else? Like knowing that the friendship is different from the relationship.
It don't have to be different though. For
What you think about that, Kristina? It don't have to be different.
I think whenever you step into a new space, it's going to be different. But you have to learn, you have to analyze the situation and kind of adjust to what's going on. So like when we were together for a while, but we never lived together. And so when we did start living together, we had to realize, okay, how do
I don't know you how I think I really know you.
Yes, like you know me when we kick it and hang out and see each other. But once you live with somebody, you're knowing them in the morning, at night. Like you get to see those habits and things that you didn't get to see before. So it is kind of adjusting it in that sense. You have to be willing to, going back to what Pastor said.
What?
First thing Pastor told us for marriage counseling.
Off the top of my head, I don't.
Love is a choice.
Boom.
Love is a choice. We did marriage counseling a couple of sessions before we actually got married.
We got to touch on that too. Some people are nervous about that, so I'm happy you brought that up.
The first thing he asked us was, what is love to you? I want to say I said communication. I don't remember what you said.
I said happiness.
He said happiness, and he said love is a choice.
Mm.
Love is a choice. It's a choice in saying that no matter what happens, I choose you. And if you really love that person the way you say that you love that person, then you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to continue to make that choice.
Slow down. Look, slow down. Look, listen, slow down. Wow.
Yeah.
Love is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I just want, because you were such on the road, I just want the audience to get that. Like, love is a choice. So, like, you chose to be with this person. Right? Like,
Do it all.
Good
Nobody's
and bad.
perfect. Like, we have things about each other that we can't stand.
And, dang, that's powerful. But you understand that. Some
But
people.
this is my person.
Right.
Like, for instance, just going back off that, not knowing somebody till you live with them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say dinner get cooked and you putting dinner up.
Yeah.
Before I got with her, it was like dinner was cooked in a pot and I ain't feel like putting it in no bowls or anything. That pot going in the fridge. With her, why you put that pot in the fridge? Put it in a bowl.
Pack it up.
Gotta pack it up.
So let me ask y'all this then.
Little things, man.
That's because that's powerful. Like you said, like even an example like that could cause dysfunction.
Because I'm like, it's the same thing. It's going in the fridge.
Right. So how did y'all? So give the people gems on how did y'all work through stuff like that?
I got out the kitchen.
Okay.
I mean, but he not wrong though. Like, you have to learn like what's your space. Like, he knows the kitchen is my spot. I like to cook. I like it a certain way. Leave my kitchen alone.
Hold on. I hope y'all caught that. That was not about cooking. That was not about the kitchen. Own your own space in your relationship. And let each other have their own space. If you know that that's your spouse's space, right?
Yes.
I'm learning something. That's powerful.
When we moved, the deal was Marcus had to have his own space because he likes to game. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with you gaming. But I want to be able to watch TV in the living room if I want. So Marcus has his own space.
So,
And the rest of the house belongs to her.
cause y'all touching a lot on like housing, moving. So what y'all say, and I could be wrong, right? But I'm just trying to follow. What y'all say that the biggest, cause I'm learning right now. What y'all say the biggest transition from becoming friends to a couple would be, if y'all can sum it up in one word. What I'm hearing is understanding that the person that you were friends with is not necessarily the same person you're gonna get in a relationship.
Definitely.
Is
I
that
can
what?
agree with that.
Okay.
agree with that.
And so by having that understanding, you can embrace the relationship as itself, which is the relationship. 'Cause I just feel like when I talk to couples, like I feel like people hold on to like something like the friendship of it, and so now they can't really transition into the relationship because they think that certain things in the friendship should be.
You used to be like this. Why you not? Why is this not like it is now? And you have to remember you're in a different space.
That's powerful. Touch on that.
Just like becoming parents. That's another step.
Yeah.
Like, you become parents, that's different because now we are taking care of this person that belongs to both of us. And we both have to be equal. And how he grew up may be different from how I grew up. And so what we're going to instill in our children.
That's big too.
Yeah.
Can I say this? I already said I have my own perspectives on why y'all dope. But I don't even know if y'all noticed this. You told me communication. You said the fact that your wife loves your humor. I'm thinking like the reason why y'all so dope is because y'all understand space. Y'all understand lanes. Because a lot of people, like everything y'all talking right now is understanding like transitions and lanes and space and time. And like a lot of people, think about it, right? Like as soon as they become a couple, after they was dating or friends, that transition is so hard for them. They don't understand like this is something new, right? Like, or you touched on this and that's huge. Like I didn't even think about it. Like when you actually, well, you did too. When you move in together, like that's a whole nother.
That's big.
That's a whole nother space.
Yeah.
That's big.
Like, or even when you have kids. So, dude, would you guys say that people should understand that each different nuance in the relationship is a different space and they have to adapt? Like, what's your feeling about, like, because, I mean, you guys are around couples, right? Like, you got friends that are couples, wives, husbands.
You know what? We got friends that's couples, and we always be like I love to look at other couples and see what they do.
Okay.
Just see how they do it, what they do around each other. And if we want to do something like that, we'll do it, or maybe we'll take a spin on it.
You talking now. That's a gem.
Yeah.
I hope y'all just caught that. That's a gem in itself.
Take because you can learn something every day. So take what they do, and how they do it might not work for y'all. Just spin it to where it do.
And you also have to learn with talking to your friends that are couples. Y'all situations are different. Like, you can listen to other people's advice, but you have to be willing to take it and make it, like you said, kind of make it your own. You can't just go, oh, you doing this, we need to do this. That what works for you is not necessarily going to work for us.
Y'all need to create a book on this. Time and listen, if y'all make $1 million off this book, time and space for couples.
I'm dropping the gems for you, man.
Yeah, listen, y'all understand. Listen, everything y'all been talking about is, even when you just said that, Kristina, you said, even when, I'm going to try to repeat it as best as I can. You said, even when you with the couple, you still have to make it yours. So that's still understanding, like, space and time and transitions to make something that was already is to something that you can make as yours. That's powerful. That's super dope that y'all understand that. Okay, so I got a better question for y'all now. 12 years in the game. When do y'all think y'all get to this point where y'all was like, y'all time and space, I know I'm saying time and space for y'all, but communication, like, how y'all in tune, like, y'all bouncing off each other so, like, crazy right now. I wish y'all could feel the energy in the room. It's nuts. My hair is just literally popping up. Like, when did y'all get to this point? Like, was it, you know what, out the gate? Or, I know y'all said y'all went through some stuff, right?
It's an ongoing thing, to be totally honest with you.
But if I had to pick a time, I would say during the pandemic, because it was us. It was just
that was just recent, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a gem.
Yeah.
I will say the pandemic did kind of like shake us. I mean, like, the normal person don't get. I had like 3 months off.
Yeah, we were off for a while.
Hold on now, y'all talking.
Yeah.
I didn't know y'all was gonna go there, but since y'all went there,
I mean, it's relevant because even though we're transitioning back, we still in a weird phase in the world. But during those times when we were off, we did a lot of talking. We didn't have anywhere else to go, nobody else to talk to, or we could talk to for each other. So we did a lot of talking and really, like, having real conversations. We love watching TV together. Like, that's our thing. Like, we watch TV and movies together, and a lot of stuff we see, we talk about that. How would you handle this situation, or what would you want for this situation? I think we was watching Grey's Anatomy, and you know how they have episodes where people are sick and then their spouse has to tell you what they would want. We start talking about that type of stuff. Like, I don't want this to happen to you, but if this happened, what would you do?
Yeah.
And it was a great time. I say that really helped our relationship, for real.
Look, quick question. I know y'all just said a whole lot, right? Both of y'all just said a whole lot that we gotta touch on, right? You came and said, if I'm not mistaken, you said it's a continual thing, because I asked, I said, hey, when did y'all get to this point? Y'all 12 years in the game, married, son, with each other since, 18, 17, you know what I mean? That's a long time. And I asked the question, I said, hey, when did y'all get to this point? And you said it's continuous. What did you mean by that? Like, because it's somebody who like, wait, y'all ain't arrived yet? No. You know what I mean? They like year 10, we gotta be super. Like, when you say continuous, I'm thinking like y'all still growing and working.
You grow every day. Just like that.
Just like that.
Nothing else behind it. You grow every day. You learn something new every day. You figure out something new every day. Every day is a new situation that arrives.
So you really don't hold on to nothing like 5 years ago. This was like you continue moving.
Like, you can always look back at the past, but you gotta remember that the future is coming. So everything is constantly changing.
All right, so tell me this. Tell the people this. What would you say to that couple who's like, but LaMarcus, by year 12, you telling me it's not gonna be perfect? You telling me everything not? Wait a second. I've been with this girl for 12 years. It's not gonna be perfect.
If you think it's gonna be perfect that fast.
But what's perfect in your life? Like,
yeah.
What's perfect in your life?
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Nothing's
Even
perfect.
if you ask a rich person, a person could be rich. Everything's still not perfect for them. They still chasing their next dollar. So why you not chasing it with your mate?
So what you chasing is continual growth with your mate.
Growth, happiness, just all around smiles. I try to be, let me word it. I try to stay up on everything. You don't want to hit lows. Because then when you start thinking about everything negative, that's when all the arguments start coming in, all the disagreements. And honestly, it hurts your communication. Because then you're not listening to a person. Like, you may hear what they say, and it's like, I don't want to hear that.
But, so let me come back at you. Because the people need that. That was powerful. How do you stay up? And I asked that from this perspective, right? How do you stay because I got to come to you too, Kristina. Y'all got so much to unpackage. Like you said, stay up. I'm gonna come from a male perspective, right? Mm-hmm. It's a guy who out there like, man, I'm working, man. I'm tired. I want to listen. I want to stay up for my wife. I want to be, optimistic, but life just ain't going good. And I'm pretty sure you have had patches in your life where life wasn't going good, but you was able to, like you said, stay up. Mm-hmm. Like, what advice would you give to that couple who they in a dangerous place in their marriage right now? They in a dangerous place in their relationship right now. So, what would you say about staying up? Like, what tangible would you tell them to do?
Every day is a new day. Don't look into the past. Like, one thing we do, like if we do have an argument the night before, it doesn't go into the next day. So it's right there because it's just how I am. When I wake up, today is a brand new day.
That's a gem.
It's a brand new day for everything. It keeps you up. I try to go into work with a happy mood, just positive karma, positive energy. Makes the day positive.
So the tangible, I don't want y'all to miss that, man. That was powerful. Like, I'm over here like, I gotta take that in my marriage, right? Like, I gotta use that. You said, don't take the negativity or don't take the arguments into the next day. And how you do that is by making sure that night, do you guys, okay, so do you talk about it that night? Like, hey, do you actually say, yeah, look, we're not taking this into tomorrow? Or do y'all just have an understanding like we're not taking it into, how does that look?
We talk about it. So, if it's that big of a deal, we talk about it that night. But if it's not that big of a deal,
we just kind of let it
so the man
roll off our shoulders almost.
And and of course, you're going to know if it's a big deal. Y'all yelling, y'all arguing, it's a big deal.
And y'all talk about it before it get to the next day.
All right, so you take a couple minutes or however much time you need, you go your separate ways, you're going to come back together at that night. You can discuss that before you go to bed, before you go to sleep. You never go to sleep angry.
I don't know how many gems y'all need. I might have to charge y'all for this, man. Listen, he came and said literally like, hey, do not take y'all arguments into the next day, right? Like, they've been dropping gems through the entire podcast. What you say earlier, man? Because I gotta ask your wife a question, but I don't want the people to forget that. You said I don't want the people to forget that. You said it's easier to tell a truth.
Yeah, than it is to lie.
Because people out here lying. They like, that's so much better, bro. That's so much better, girl.
You lie one time, and then let's say you lie that one time, and you think it's just little, but then she remember that lie. So now you got to keep going off of that. So now you got to keep that lie going. You got to keep it going. So then you got to remember all the old ones.
It's funny you said that, because I was telling the guy, like, he was trying to stop smoking, and his wife didn't want him to smoke. And so he was like, man, I'm just going to smoke while I'm at work. And I'm like, listen, I told him, I said, look, that's powerful you said that, because I told him, I said, look, I said, if you tell her, it'd be so much easier, and maybe she'll work with you versus her finding a pack of smokes in your pants.
In your pants or in your jacket.
Probably. So that's what happened. She found the pack of smokes, and now
she had his head.
Now she had his head. Instead of like, and then she said, hey, if you would have just told me, because I know it's hard to stop smoking, I would have worked with you.
Yep.
I'm like, see?
You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful.
Could have said that, could have told her that from the beginning. Still smoke his cig or two a day.
And then
it just, she'll slowly start to help him decrease.
Mm-hmm. Communication is key, Kristina, and that's why I had to come back to you, because you said something like, when I asked you this question, I want you to go deep on this, because y'all been together 12 years. Mm-hmm. Follow me with this. The pandemic was when? In the last 2 years.
Right.
You said y'all became the closest y'all ever been in the last 2 years. But y'all been together 12 years. I don't want the people to miss that. They like, but they was friends 4 years before they even got together. No. You said y'all relationship took to another level in the last 2 years. And y'all been together 12. That's huge. Like, talk about the pandemic a little bit, because fortunately, my phrase is fortunately, unfortunately. I always say that because you never know what blessings could come out of whatever you were just going in. A person, I don't never say unfortunately, because maybe it was a blessing in that somewhere, you know. Mm-hmm. So talk to the people about being in a pandemic, because it's so many people, fortunately, unfortunately, who the pandemic actually ruined their marriage. Listen. The pandemic actually, they would blame it on the pandemic, right? But you guys said, y'all came. You said, me and my husband came. We 12 years in the game. We got a kid. We solidified. We married. We solidified. We was friends. We both work good working people. We solidified. But y'all became stronger in one of the worst times in history known to man. He said the pandemic was one of the worst times. We always had traumatic, incidents that happened throughout history, and this was one of them. We talking about riots around the country. We talking about pandemic. We talking about unemployment, and through all the stress, through all the anger, y'all became stronger. What would you tell that couple right now, Kristina, that's looking at this, and they like, dang, how can we want the pandemic ruined us, but we want to actually get better? What would you tell them?
We just talked. Like, we had so much, there was nothing we could do. The pandemic really forced a lot of us to sit down and kind of look at what our lives, what was going on in our lives. And we talked a lot. Like, we talked about things and shared our opinions, and we really got to know where each other stands on things. And it's funny how you think you really know somebody, but until y'all start talking about deeper things, that's when you really get to know a person. You're like, wow, I didn't know you felt that way. Like, you gotta really talk to your partner, because you'll find out stuff, and it might be some stuff that you're not okay with. So I don't necessarily feel like you have to be friends before you're in a relationship, but before you take another step, whether it's marriage, having a kid, moving in together, y'all really need to sit down and really know each other.
Wow, that's deep.
You gotta know who you getting into. It's just like having friends. So
do you feel like before the pandemic, you guys were moving and grooving, working and handling business so much that y'all didn't have that opportunity to talk as much as y'all did when the pandemic hit?
So right before the pandemic, we had our son. So our son was a little bit over a year when everything started. And so adjusted into that new role of being parents, and what a lot of people don't talk about with Black women and having babies, and what that does to a woman, not just your body, but you. Like, for me personally, becoming a mother, I love my son, but becoming a mother wasn't something I was necessarily ready for.
Got it.
And I feel like in that, I kind of lost myself a little bit. I kind of forgot who I was, and my role and my identity was about being a mother, and at the time, a fiance, because we weren't married yet.
Okay.
But that was my role. And the pandemic kind of forced me to sit down and relook at myself and think about how I wanted to be. Do I want to continue to keep going through this same rut, of the same thing? Another thing, and we just talked about this yesterday, you have to remember that even though y'all together and you've been together for 12 years, you still have to date each other. And I've been hearing that a lot on like things I've been watching and listening to and stuff. You gotta remember to date each other. And we basically went on a date last night, and we haven't been out since we got married.
Wait, let's say that again. Say that dating part again.
You gotta date each other. Like, you can't say, oh, we're in a relationship, I see you every day, we live together, we have kids. No, like, go out.
I was gonna say, give me something tangible with that, because it's somebody who like, I see you all the time. We eat together all the time. No, give me something. Give me something. Give me something.
Get rid of your kids for a night. Get somebody to take care of your babies so you don't have to worry about your babies. Go out. Even if it's just as simple as you just going out to dinner and you're going back home to just chill. You need to have some time for the two of you to just do nothing, because the stress of having kids and your job and stuff like that, you need time to decompress and decompress together. Like, we all need self-time,
That's powerful. Self-time, decompression, date nights. She dropping gems, y'all. This is what the Love Conquers podcast is all about. We get real authentic people to come on here and drop gems to maybe help you in an area that, like I said, you're struggling in. And I hope y'all getting a lot for them, because I hope that y'all really are getting a lot, because I mean, they giving more than I can even imagine, right? Like, LaMarcus, your wife tapped on something. She just went in.
She did,
yeah. She just tapped on some important stuff. Like, I just want to, can you follow up with that in this perspective? Because, like I said, some couple out there is like, wow, Kristina just said a lot, but they fighting it. She said everything they need, but they fighting it like. But because y'all looked at so I'm gonna phrase it like, y'all looked at the pandemic as an opportunity to grow with each other. Would y'all say, like, when it happened, is that how y'all looked at it?
I'm gonna be real with you. I looked at the pandemic as a vacation. For real.
It started off that way. I don't think we went in with the intention of getting what we got out of it.
Yeah.
But the fact that y'all had going back to you, an upbeat perspective about what was going on in the world, that's a gem. It's somebody who literally went in the pandemic with their spouse like, this life is terrible. What's going on in the world? Listen, now I want to
force people to sit down and really take a look at life.
I want to definitely put a disclaimer out there for all those people who in the pandemic who lost a loved one. We pray for you. For all those people who were in the pandemic and you lost a job and maybe that caused you to go homeless, we pray for you. But what we're talking about right now is perspective, right? Like, I got this amazing dope couple on the show, and what they hitting on right now is perspective. Like, the way, because it's somebody who out there that didn't have nobody pass away, who didn't lose a job, but their perspective wasn't right? Mm-hmm. And y'all perspective seemed like it was right, and that brought y'all together. And y'all was able to analyze. And like Kristina, by you saying, because I want to honor you by you saying something on the show that it's a lot of black women and a lot of women in general who's going through. They had a child, maybe lost identity of self, maybe was going through a lot. In terms of, like you said, I can't speak from the perspective, but you said it. Body changes, mind changes, spirit, just a lot happens right in that process. And like, as a man, I would definitely say this on the podcast. I appreciate y'all because it's something that we'll never even have an opportunity to, we will never experience, and it's something that you guys have to bear that role and that responsibility. So let me ask you this, LaMarcus, with your wife being in that space, like, how were you able to help her? How were you able to be there for her? Because it's like I said, it's a guy watching this and it's a girl watching this right now. And they like, wow, that's a lot. Pandemic hit, you had a baby right before that, you got married right before that. and they did everything that y'all did, but some way, somehow, it's not working for them. Were you guys able to get through that moment of everything that was happening in your life through just communication? Because I know you mentioned earlier relationship counseling. Would you recommend that for people? Or like,
I mean, I recommend marriage counseling.
Marriage
before you
counseling.
get married.
that's powerful.
Definitely, that's 100.
So do you think that helped y'all during the times of the last 3 years? So much happened over the last 3 years for y'all: marriage, kid, pandemic.
I mean, I think marriage counseling just it helps you. It gives another voice to what y'all are already thinking.
Outside of your situation.
Yeah, so like it's somebody that's not in your circle, that's not familiar with y'all. So you get to bounce stuff back and forth.
And they kind of get to see, like, from an outside perspective.
And somebody who doesn't, like, not somebody in your family, not somebody who knows the
not somebody who knows,
take sides.
This was a neutral individual. Like, yeah, he knows who I am. He knows who I am, but he doesn't know who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
So like he didn't see the everyday me, so he doesn't know everything that goes on in between the lines. So like, it just to take a step back, because you were saying how did I support her through the changes. You just gotta be a backbone. Like it's the little things that count.
Okay, talk about that, because somebody like, what is backbone? We get that, but talk about the little things that you did.
Like it'll be. You could just tell if you really love somebody, you can tell when they not right. So like it'll just be times I just look at her and like she just didn't sound the same. So when I say little things, just like, here, babe, I ran a bath for you.
Got it.
Or I got up with the kid, before she did. So we was up chilling in the living room while you in the back sleeping.
That's tangible.
Those
that's
little
good.
things actually, like, you know what I'm saying? Here, you can go out shopping, or you can just go out and get your nails done. Just go have some me time.
If y'all haven't been listening, man, listen. They started the show with, talking about their relationship in terms of friendship, how that turned into, relationship, how that turned into marriage. And things haven't been easy for them, but they've been dropping gems all day about giving each other space. Space and time is important. Understanding that the relationship that you was in with a person before you actually got married is different, and you going into a new space with that person. Understanding it, as Kristina hit home, communication is everything. Sit back and have a conversation with your spouse. You might hear something that you haven't heard in a while, right? LaMarcus, I mean, so many gems, man. He just said, like, literally, pay attention to your spouse. If you know that they sound different, that's like, you gotta know your spouse to know if they sound different, if they walking different, if they just something about their energy is different. And he paid attention to that. So they gave a lot of gems. And I just wanna, I'm happy to see y'all marriage flourishing. I'm happy to see our relationship growing, man. Like, so like I said, I want to honor y'all, man. I want to appreciate y'all, because I didn't learn so much from y'all today. And, a person, maybe I should do a better job at it, but even over the years, y'all invited us to y'all wedding. I never, even in college, I never even seen y'all, like, talk bad about each other. Like, I never seen it.
You don't do that in public.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy when I see somebody spazzing at their man or their wife in public. Like,
that's a gem, though, bro. Talk about that, because, listen, like I said, I don't know what, y'all can't give no more gems today than what y'all did. I mean, like, y'all, time and space, I just want to reiterate it, because I want y'all to do, I really want y'all to do an exercise for me on the show. So, look, man, like I said, right before we get into this exercise that I want y'all to do for me, I just want to, do y'all got any closing, words y'all self for people that's watching this, right? Do y'all have any, last minute thoughts? Because y'all done gave people hope in terms of, listen, each transition is different from the next. Embrace that transition, right? Y'all done gave people hope in terms of, like, hey, maybe if you're in a rough patch in your relationships, like, in terms of the pandemic life around you, you can still have a optimistic, positive perspective on it. Y'all said two things. I definitely want y'all to say that. Like, matter of fact, say it right now. You said the pastor told you what?
He told us that love is a choice, and if you choose to love this person, if this is your person to be with, then you choose to work through whatever problems y'all handle. As long as y'all handle them together, y'all be just fine.
Love is a choice. I gotta repeat it. Love is a choice. If you choose that, hey, that's the choice you made. Stay with it, embrace it, and grow with it, right? And LaMarcus, you said it's easier to
lie than it is to tell the truth. Oh wait, did I say that wrong?
Yeah. Say it again.
It's easier to tell the truth than it is to lie.
Yep.
Because
you gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
And you don't mess up.
Yeah. So it's easy to just get it out there, tell the truth, and because if you tell a lie, now you gotta go down a spiral.
Right? You gotta hold on to
now
that.
You gotta go through something versus just telling the person like, hey, this is how I feel about you. I love you. I don't love you right now. Whatever the case is, right?
Whatever the case is. Like, don't just say it any type of way either. Like, actually think about how you want to say it first, even if it take you a little minute. Cause I do it all the time. I take a little deep breath, get it together how I want it to come out. Mm-hmm. That way.
Because it's not what you say.
It's how you say it.
It's not what you say. It's how you say it. So look. They dropped so many gems today. I appreciate them. Do y'all got any closing statements before we, go into this little exercise?
Man. How much
am I
getting paid?
Cherish it. Love is beautiful. Cherish it.
Love is beautiful and cherish it. How much? I got you. We're going to talk offline about that. So look, they started the podcast. They said they a dope couple because he funny. You obviously see it. And she said she all about communication. You obviously see it. Like, they're a dope couple. Embrace all the transitions. And so, look, I want y'all to face each other for me. And this is going to be how we're going to wrap the podcast up. So, the loser, it's a game, right? The loser has to do something for the other spouse. I say take the person out to dinner.
Ooh, I like that.
You like that? All right, cool.
I won already, then.
So, this is how it goes. You're going to say, our love created, or our unity created this. So an example would be, our unity created kids. Our unity created fights. Whatever it is, right? So you guys are going to go back and forth with each other. LaMarcus is going to start. Whoever doesn't think of that thing, they lose. So our unity created. You got to say the whole phrase. Our unity created.
Okay. Our unity created smiles.
Our unity created passion.
Our unity created laughter.
Our unity created a home.
Our unity created LJ.
Our unity built a family.
Our unity building more than that.
Thanks, man.
So listen, you owe your wife a dinner, man. Look, turn around, man. So look. I say, listen, if it's a time in y'all relationship where y'all struggling, like, sit down and try to do that. Like, sit down and remind you and your spouse, like, what did y'all unity create? Mm-hmm. Like, if y'all end up in a space and y'all need to get out of something, I hope I can gift y'all with that exercise to say, hey, sit down and just try it. Just zone out, no lights, no camera. What did y'all unity create? But in the meantime, between time, you owe your wife a dinner, man. So I appreciate y'all for coming. Y'all know what it is, the Love Conquers podcast, where I interview dope guests who dropping gems to help people in the area of their relationship that they may be struggling in. So look, I appreciate y'all once again. I thank y'all. And have a great day.
Follow, subscribe.
Subscribe. Look, my boy, follow, subscribe, AaronLoves.com. Subscribe, and then tell anybody you know. I'm looking for dope couples.
Tell them if you want us back. Okay.
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta bring them back. They dropped so many gems. We definitely gotta have y'all back. So look, hey, have a great day, y'all.